What's up, everybody? I'm Jada Leticia. I am a model represented by San Diego Model Management, and today I decided to share some valuable tips on how you can start your model journey too. And yes, these tips are for all genders, so stay tuned.
Tell me, what are you trying to do with me? Baby, I'm right in front of you.
Maybe you're here because you haven't started and you feel discouraged. Maybe you're here because you don't know where to start and you need a little guidance. Or maybe you started and you're not going anywhere. Aww. Either way, I can help you. So get your pen and your notepad ready because we are starting now. Before I get into all the tips, I have a question for you. And that is, can you mentally handle this? If you lack confidence, this industry will eat you up alive. I'm telling you, you don't want to enter this field with a bad mindset and without confirming with yourself that you are capable of doing this. The first tip is to figure out what type of modeling you want to focus on. I'm definitely using my notes for this. There's fashion editorial or print modeling, fashion catalog, commercial, mature, promotional parts, fit and fitness. Yes, there's a difference. Glamour, swimsuit, lingerie, child, petite, plus size, runway, and freelance. As you can see, we have a lot of options, and I am not explaining these in depth because that is what Google is for, okay? Plus, most of these are self-explanatory. It's okay if you choose a few because honestly, the industry really loves people who are multi-talented and who can, be versatile with their work. The second tip is to take some digitals. And the category is simplicity. Yes, these agencies and managements are looking for clean and natural photos. And by that, I mean no pattern or logo on your clothing. You want the lighting to be super bright. Try not to cover yourself too much. I wouldn't wear a turtleneck because they do want to see your figure. They want to see how they can use you in these photos. You want a solid background as well. You don't want anything that's gonna make the focus the background because it's so busy. Little to no makeup. I wouldn't do a full face, drag queen, dramatic, anything with sparkles because that's going to drift away from what they're really trying to do with you. I would try to do both hair down and hair in a ponytail. Make sure you're only doing small poses with your body. Like I said, they want to see your figure. Don't cover yourself like this. It's not okay. Just do something slight. I know you can't see me because I'm sitting down, but don't have your, feet like up in the air. You can kind of crisscross them for a second or, like pop a leg out, something like that. Just really simple. Tip theory. Tip 3. Build your portfolio. You can either have an online website where all your photos are, or you can have a physical copy with like a photo album. And to get these photos, I highly suggest to collab or pay for a local photographer. What you can do is look at their history. That's really key to looking for a good photographer. If they have a website, that's perfect. If they have an Instagram, a Facebook, wherever they post their photos and where you can tell in the photos whether or not they would be good for you. Ask other models that they've posted or worked with how they are in person and how they edit their photos, all that jazz. But one thing I want to emphasize is before agreeing to the photo shoot, ask them what they're doing with your photos. This could possibly
make or break you,
because there are a lot of photographers who are looking for an opportunity to literally use your photos for something they could get money for. And if you're not getting money at the end of the day, sucks for you. And not only that, it could also be something illegal. So you really want to look into who you're doing the photo shoot with. You can easily ignore this issue by talking to the photographer, so do that. You don't want to end up with photos that look super sabotaged, like you don't look like yourself because they Photoshop too much or they don't know how to adjust the lighting. It's like Android quality, like I could have taken this on my phone. You're gonna submit some of these to an agency or a management, and they're not gonna want those type of photos because it looks amateurish. And we are not amateurs over here, period. Tip number 4. So tip number 4 is to do your research. There are a lot of things in modeling that people don't understand or bypass just because they think it's easy, but it's not. Okay, there are things that you need to actually do research on, and some of those things include castings. If they have online castings or in-person casting calls that you can like pull up to and be like, hey, here's my resume, here's my photos, my portfolio, and contact me. Scams. There's a lot of scams in this industry. I actually paid $4,000 for one event in LA and I didn't like it one bit. Like, the only thing that I had good come out of that is having 2 good friends. And they don't even live in California. But yeah, so you don't want to be scammed like me. All that money. All that damn money. But anyways, it's okay. I got more. You should be looking for managements and or agencies. It's really nice to have one in state where you live and then one out of state, which could be anywhere from New York, Chicago, Atlanta, wherever. But it's good to have 2, I think, because not only are you getting work done near you in your hometown, but you're also getting work across the country. Also, with agencies, you don't want to go with everything they say. I'm going to tell you now, I think agencies aren't supposed to take more than 10% from you doing a compensated job as an agency or management. Back to research. You can research other models if you have friends that already model, or people that you follow on Instagram that are already models. Just look at their bio, look at their aesthetic on their page, or look at how they pose. I personally do that a lot with a few models that I've worked with before over the years, and I screenshot them myself. I probably have about 400 screenshots in my phone right now, because one thing I struggled with was keeping up with poses at a photo shoot. Like, I would always stop and I'm like freezing up, like, all right guys, I don't know what to do now, give me the next pose please. I just run out of ideas. So I just found it, good for me. And that's another thing. If you find something good for you during your research, write it down and figure out how you can maintain all that knowledge in your head, because you don't want to just go to an audition and you're like,
oh shoot, was I supposed to slay? Was I supposed to stand over there? Was I supposed to shake their hand?
There's a lot of things you need to research about that stuff. So go ahead and do all the work, write it down, get it together, and you'll be prepared for step number 5. Throw yourself to the wolves. What I mean by this is submit yourself to agencies, networks, casting calls, all that stuff. Or you can just network and get yourself out there, your name. Put yourself in positions where you can connect with other people who are in this industry and doing something with themselves, with a purpose, and letting yourself fly with them. Hope that it opens another gateway for you to be successful in this industry. And I know it's going to be challenging. It was a little challenging for me. I'm a social butterfly, so spread my wings and fly. But obviously, if you're at an event where other models are present, you're there for the same reasons. So I feel like everybody could just connect that way. Try to get your social media out there. If you have a friend at a fashion show and she goes or gets invited to another fashion show, she knows a designer that needs another model last minute, you're her closest model friend, so baby, you got the job. And that way you'll get more friends, more followers, more people to work with. That designer can refer you now, and that right there is like 1,000 doors opening. Not only am I going to be listing the 15 types of modeling in my bio below, but I'm also going to be listing a few companies and websites that I've used in the past in order to get my modeling and acting opportunities. I just want you guys to keep your eyes and your mind open. Let me know if you like these tips. I do plan on doing a video on how to be cutthroat in this industry, because that's what you have to do to survive. Please let me know if you like this video, you guys. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, comment what you want to see next, and we are out in 3, 2, 1.